Hello everyone, welcome to the Valley News Now desk. Duke Schindler here, hitting the desk with you here on this very wintry weather type of day here. Now what we're going to do here is kind of take you through what the current conditions are right now, take a look at some road maps, maybe some pictures as well. And if you guys want me to kind of check out an area that you're interested in, please let me know in the comments as well. We can take a look at that, whether it's going to be on the Minnesota side of things or the Fargo side of things and North Dakota side of things. So make sure if you have any interest, let me know here. I'll be keeping an eye on the comments as well. But I'm going to bring up the weather here, current weather we're looking at. Get it right there. So right now we're taking a look at Fargo at 25 degrees Fahrenheit here. Obviously that wind is going to be a factor in this one. If you listen to any of our meteorologists here this morning or leading up to this day, some areas may see 40, 50, some even 60-mile-an-hour gusts and winds here. So if you're heading out on the road, it's critical that you make sure you take some extra time and be extra careful out there. Feeling like 13 degrees right now, and this is kind of what an hourly outlook looks like for Fargo area specifically. So we're sitting at just past 1 p.m. right now. Obviously, there's still plenty of precipitation in the air, and that's going to continue here for the foreseeable kind of future here. And we'll take a look at the radar as well, kind of show you where the dip is here in this 50% around 5 p.m., then jumping back up to 80% at this 9 p.m. mark here as well. But this is going to be continuing throughout the night here. Be lucky if we didn't see as much snow as we will be probably seeing here. So pulling up the radar, this is going to be located in the past. So about the past, let's take a look here from 7 a.m. We'll bring it back here. This is about 7:15 a.m. So a lot of west of Fargo is getting nailed with this system here. And if you listen to Summer here at the noon show as well, a lot of this rain here in this area does end up turning into snow and kind of a mix, which makes for some slick roads, icy conditions. So we'll keep this playing through here, right? This is where we're heading to about 8 o'clock this morning. That's when I started experiencing some snow in my area and keeping it going here. As you can see, that purple is a little bit of mix itself. So kind of making its way into this Fargo area, but not quite seeing that full rain mix. Mostly snow here we're looking at as we lead up to about 1 o'clock here, and that's what we're at right now. Kind of really in the thick of things here with this winter weather storm. Now, taking a look at the future, I'm going to zoom out just a bit here so you guys can kind of get a little broader look of what to expect. This is going to go out until 7:45 p.m., so maybe we'll see here. Take a look at the radar. This is going to be into about 5, about 5 o'clock right here. You kind of see where that precipitation at 40-50% kind of tapers off just a little bit right in this area right here. But north of that, it's going to be kind of swirling around, kind of spinning a little bit and staying around that Fargo area, right? You can kind of see that spin right there, but it's going to keep filling this area as the night goes on here. But taking a look at sky cams now, some of these are just looking wild at this point in time. Obviously, you see here some drivers are out and about, but that camera is certainly shaking pretty violently here. Conditions, you can obviously see right there, there's not much visibility here at this point, and not many drivers out there right now. You see one kind of moving across here at a pretty decent speed. We'll check out road conditions here in just a sec. And like I mentioned, if you have any comments or want me to check out some certain places, feel free to leave them in the comments. But this Dakota Magic Casino was our money shot last time we did this. And taking a look at things, the camera is looking to be completely covered at this point. At the last time we did this in the last winter storm, at least you could kind of see the flags shaking in the background, but obviously if you went outside today, this is some very thick snow, some big flakes, so that's going to be sticking to the camera here. We'll go over to Grand Forks as well, because taking a look at that, right, they're going to be taking a lot of the brunt of this right now. So this is what current conditions are looking like in Grand Forks, North Dakota right now. Obviously, kind of seeing the same things we are here, some bigger flakes, lots of wind, and yeah, looking at some roads, you can just see it right there. Not much is getting plowed right now as that snow is starting to really accumulate here as we move on into this winter storm. But obviously, if we remember the radar we just looked at, right, it's going a little past Bismarck here, and it's made its way past Bismarck. So as you can see, got a little Bobcat out doing some road work action, trying to clear things up. But looks like things are a little wet there at this time. Got a little walker out as well. Conditions seem to be relaxing there in Bismarck at the very least. Now, and this is kind of what I was talking about before, why Grand Forks is just in the absolute thick of things right now. It's just going to be sticking around in that area for most of this night. They're going to see a lot of snow here, but yep, as you can see in Bismarck as well, this thing is kind of cleared off, and maybe seeing some raindrops there, maybe melting a little bit of the ice at this time. Now we'll switch over to a little bit of the road maps here, taking a look at that. Let me get us a little refresh here. This is kind of the road conditions we're looking at right now. I'll give you the little bit of a key here. Move it just a little bit to the right so you can see it there. Not many roads, if any, closed off here right now. Not many incidents reported in our area here in Fargo. But as you can see, a lot of yellow, a decent amount of purple once you get a little further north as well into Grand Forks. Now what that means is, obviously, as you can see on the key here, ice compacted snow covering much of this Fargo area. And a little bit of, looks like 29 going north. Of course, that is snow covered. They're considering it at this time. So let's take a peek at some of these pictures we have here. Looks like image not available. All right, let's take a peek at what we got here. Clicking on this picture, this is Fargo south of 19th Avenue north on I-29 at this point. Roads look not too shabby here, but as you remember, right, there's going to be a lot of potential rain mix that could freeze things up here as you see the raindrops just on this picture of the camera. But roads themselves not looking in horrible condition here as we were looking at the map. Let's take a look at a little bit north here, a little further up 29. Because obviously when we looked at the key, the purple would be the snow-covered roads here at this point. Yep, going north, a little further north on 29. Kind of looks like maybe one lane is clear there. This is right before 1 p.m. as well. A little further into West Fargo, that's going to be the ice compacted snow kind of mixture here. Yeah, a little bit of one-lane traffic here as well. This is on 94 going west and east. But you can see most of the traffic staying to that one lane here at this point, and yep, right there. So you got little clear right there in the further left lane into the side road there, but not the greatest weather conditions here at this point. Taking a look at just behind that. Actually, let's take a look at right near Castleton, see what that's looking like. No, it looks like nothing's pulling up here. All right, taking a look at any Valley City we can bring up. Oh, nope. Yeah, it looks like we might have lost service here with the pictures. Let's give it a little refresh. I want to make sure you guys really know what we're kind of tackling here with this system. Nope, nothing there, nothing there. All right, well, we can just move on to the Minnesota side of things. We'll give it another refresh here. This one's a little more congested. We'll kind of zoom out here to give you kind of a look at what these road conditions in Minnesota are like and bring up this key here. Scroll it down a little bit, and then we'll move my face out of the way here. Boom, right there. All right, now we take a look at things, obviously, kind of like the North Dakota DOT. right? That pink is completely covered at this time. A lot of pink in that Fargo area, right on the border and going north as well. But into Fargo itself, looks like we're seeing a lot of partially covered roads at this time. But as soon as you start going north, that's when things get completely covered. I know I got one comment here last time that was asking about Crookston, so I want to make do on that promise and take a look at what Crookston's looking like now. As you can see, completely covered here at this time. And if we take a look at the plow cam of these conditions, I will go ahead and move myself since we know what the key kind of looks like. Back into the corner there. And then we'll pull up these cameras. These are the snowplow cameras here from the Minnesota Department of Transportation. And this is Crookston we're looking at right now. Very, very covered. Covered roads there. Whew. Yeah, it looks like we got a lot of work to be done here in the Crookston area. So if you're in that area, make sure you take extra time, be extra careful out there. The plows are definitely doing some good work, but when snow is coming down as hard as it is right now, it's something to make sure you guys look out for when you end up traveling. Now back down south in the Fargo area, little winter storm warning here for Clay County. Winter storm warning in effect for the next half day here until December 6th. That's 6 a.m. it looks like for this winter weather warning. Now if we take a peek out of here, we can take a look at some of the road cams. We'll go ahead, take up and pull up Moorhead here. That is a completely snow-covered road here at this point. I wonder if they have a little video we can take a peek at as well. We got it loading at this point. This would kind of be a nice little indicator on what and how slick things may be right now. But this is right off Main Street and right at 8th and Main Street here in Moorhead at this time. All right, that's not pulling up here. We'll zoom out a little bit, take a look at kind of the area, and go a little bit further down 94 here. Well, this is one of the DOT cams they have right now. Yeah, you can see a little ice, snow, water, a little bit of everything here, especially on 94. Couple plow cameras. Yeah, it's just very, very brutal conditions out there right now. A lot of that right lane, slower lane is cleared off for drivers, but looks like they're still working on getting that left lane cleared. And that's a little further down I-94, heading into Minnesota, so east there near Downer. All right, yeah. Taking a look at that as well. It's about 1:04. So this is just little under 10 minutes ago. As you can see, a semi right next to this snowplow. Can't make it easy for those guys out there right now. And everyone's trying to get to their destination at this time, so everyone make sure you take it easy out there. And this one's very interesting itself. This one looks like it's pointing west at this time, but this is just a good indicator of what visibility looks like right now if you're heading out on I-94 or any of those major highways. Seems like a lot of the same thing here, right? On the right lane, plenty of clear, but on the left lane, looks like there's still work to be done. And that may not even be a good indication if that road is clear right now. There still could be plenty of mix, plenty of rain, ice, build up there that can make for dangerous, dangerous driving conditions. But as soon as you get a little further south of Fargo, down I-94, things seem to clear up a little bit, as most of those roads are partially covered. It's kind of a mixed bag here at this point. Taking a look at the whole outlook of Minnesota here. Just right near the border, a lot of tough looks on roads going south and north specifically. This one's on US 75 here. Not looking too bad, but got to make sure, there's black ice that could really build up on with these conditions, I should say. But that's what we're looking at right now in kind of the terms of Minnesota. Like I mentioned, if you guys want me to check out any other city, any other place, let me know in the comments, and we can make sure we check that out for you here. That just looks like some regular road construction. Let's go near the border of Grand Forks, see what's going on here. They got hit, as you can see, pretty bluntly here. A lot of snow-covered roads, and I'm sure the wind has not made things any easier for anyone out there at this time. But since I do not see any comments here, I think I'm going to wrap things up, just kind of give you guys an indicator of what conditions are looking like right now here in the valley, heading into Minnesota a little further west. Now, further west looks a little more clear at this time, but we'll take another look at the outlook and radar here of what to expect coming up here in the next few hours. Now, we'll start with the past here of what we were looking at. This is about 1:15. My camera's in the way right now, but I'm going to restart this. It's going to begin at about 7:50. This is about 8 a.m. right here. This is about when I started seeing snow coming down. Now, it was kind of a mix there as well. Kind of sleety there at the time, but as we keep moving on towards 9, obviously we're in the thick of things in this early morning, and a little bit, you see that purple, a little bit of mix there as well. Many of us also experienced, and that's heading a little further south. But as we continue moving on, this is moving up to about 11:30, just in the thick of snow, and moving on past noon here. Now, you see there's a little bit of a break about in this area here, and you'd think we're in the clear, right? But there's going to be a little bit of a wraparound with that system that kind of keeps it in the area. So this is what it's going to end up looking like at about 8 o'clock tonight. Now, as we bring it back, this is about 1:20, 1:18, I should say. That's right now, and this is what the radar looks like, still in the thick of it all. But as we continue moving on to about 3, little bit of mix there as things start to slow down just a tad, and that's kind of that wraparound you see right on the edge here. Little bit of clearance, but nothing to bank on, I can tell you that much. And then it kind of sticks around, moves back into the area, and kind of covers the entire border once again. Basically what we have been experiencing these last few hours here. That is what the radar looks like right now. And I will make sure to do a little bit of hourly here. Right now we're sitting at 28. So if it does get a little longer, or a little warmer, I should say, make sure you gotta know that there could be ice on the ground, ice when you're driving. That stuff could really freeze up very fast. That's gonna be about 32 at 4 p.m. here. Now we obviously know there's a little bit of a give and take when it comes to snow, rain, a little bit of mix, that sort of thing. But then it tapers off, right? We were looking at that radar where it kind of tapers off at about 5 p.m. and then comes back full force around that 8, 9 o'clock area. 60, 80% chances, and the temps are going to be dipping here. Let's take a look at the 3-day as well, just to make sure we know what we're kind of getting ourselves into. As you can see, back on the hourly, if I bring it back, I will move it a little bit to the right here, just so you guys can see it. Heading into 1 a.m., still about 21 degrees, not too bad. But when you look at the 3-day outlook, it's going to slowly get colder and colder heading into Wednesday, making the roads even more slick if there's still a little moisture that's hanging around. A high of 6 on Wednesday, low of -2. That's going to go into the next day on Thursday, where there's only a high of 9 and a low of 2. So a lot to look out for, as well as that wind. You can see right there, southeast at 16 miles an hour. That's just right now here in Fargo. But heading into tomorrow, still going to be seeing some blustery winds at 15 miles an hour. And that's not counting gusts quite yet. So make sure you plan for that as well. Otherwise, I'm going to wrap it up here on the desk. If you guys, when should it quit? Okay, I'm going to take a look at these comments here, so we can make sure everyone gets to take a peek at what we're looking at. From Greg here, when should it quit in Fargo? That is a great question, Greg. Let me pull up the Valley News. From our noon show here today, Greg, from my understanding, the rain's going to be sticking, or not the rain, the snow, rain mix, whatever is going to be coming towards us, that's going to be sticking around until at least tomorrow morning. Should see it taper off just a tad, but I would bank on seeing maybe a little blustery conditions, maybe some snow here and there, but it's not going to be what we're experiencing right now at this time. What's wind gusts looking like in Moorhead at this time? Let's see if I can pull that up here. Wind gust feels like wind southeast. Oh, it's going to test my knowledge here. Moorhead. Let me pull this back up here. Moorhead zip code. Apologies on that. What is this? Month 5 for me at this time? Month 5, I believe. All right, 56529. Well, that's a little bit in Dilworth, but wind in that Moorhead area. Let's try one more. 56560. 56560. All right. I'm assuming a little bit of the same thing there, but yep, we're looking at 15-mile-an-hour winds, which is making it feel like 15 here. I don't believe I see any wind gusts here at this time, but if you got a little bit of a heads up or on what you are experiencing there, Annette, feel free to drop it in the chat so everyone else can see it. And then I got Kathy here looking at Fergus Falls, Minnesota. We'll pull this map back up here and take a look at what things are looking like in Fergus. Nothing too bad in this area, it looks like. We got partially covered roads here at this time in that Fergus Falls area. And then we'll bring, since we got some snowplow cams, let's bring those up for you here. Kathy. This is what road conditions are looking like at this moment. So this is today at 1:13 p.m. as well. So not too shabby, at least on 94 at this time, but another snowplow camera is completely ice covered. So take that with a grain of salt as you please, but this is a little further west of, or east, I should say, of Fergus Falls, looking west at this time. A lot of one lane here only being cleared at this time. So that's kind of the area of what Fergus Falls is dealing with at this time. And then Barrack Ridge. Nope. All right. Moving on. Chris Francis, Highway 75 into Moorhead. Let's see what we can find here. Now, Chris, would you like, it looks like 60 Avenue South to 75. Okay. 75's right here. Pull up this picture. This is a little bit north. So if you're heading south from about Kent and Abercrombie on 75. This is kind of what road conditions are looking like right now. That is looking, I can't determine or tell anyone if that's ice or not. I am not a meteorologist. I'm just guiding you through this. You'll have to decide for yourself. That doesn't look favorable, if you ask me here. All right. And a little bit closer to Moorhead. This is a little bit south. Pull up another plow cam. Oh, that's not looking horrible. Pretty good visibility there, at least from just the camera itself. But once you get up to 40th Avenue, I believe you were looking at 60th Avenue that you were looking at, 60th Avenue South. This is at US 75 and 40th Avenue right now. That is very, very much snow covered. But yeah, this is going to be your money shot here, Chris. This is 75 and 60th Ave. So these are the snowplow cameras on 75 here right now that we have available. Oh, yeah, still a lot of snow on that road at that moment. Obviously, with these windy conditions as well, that's going to blow snow around and kind of give you looks like this where snow can blow back onto the road after it's plowed and whatnot. But that's kind of a look at what we're seeing here in the area. No problem, Chris. That's kind of what we're seeing in the area right now, heading into Minnesota and a little west of Fargo. I would like to do one more of these just to kind of give you an update around maybe 3. I'll talk with my bosses here, see what they say. But would love to get back on the desk here, show you what conditions are looking like around 3, especially when everyone's starting to get off work here as well. But that's all I have here for you guys right now at the very least. So thank you very much for joining us here on the Valley News Now desk, checking out the weather and what road conditions are looking like and making sure you guys get home safe. So thank you very much for joining us here on the Valley News Now Network. Hopefully we can pull this up one more time before we hit the 4 p.m. newscast. But for Duke Schindler, we'll catch you later.